Good morning everyone, this is Crypto Brands and today we are back with our other analysis video in which we will be discussing where the Bitcoin and the Ethereum will be heading, and we will discuss which altcoins to buy right now for the maximum gains in the upcoming weeks. So let's begin with the Bitcoin analysis. If you look at the Bitcoin daily chart, after being hit the 50k and it was a major resistance, and if you mark down it as the resistance level right here, um, let's make it out. This is the resistance I'm talking about, and after being rejected for the first time it has almost done a pullback of 8%, and with the local bottom being made at 46,000 it again started pumping, especially 3.5% till now today. If we go on the lower time frame, that is 4 hours time frame, and look at the chart, and what we are seeing right here, that this area, which is a mirror level on the lower time frame, acted as a good support, and the price bounced here after a period of low volatility, and now we can expect the second retest of the 50,000 resistance to break it. If this level would not have been able to hold, then the next support level would have been approximately 43k to 44k. If we look down on the lower chart, that is the 1 hour time frame, as I mentioned yesterday evening on the Telegram channel, that it will be a good play, and if we draw a parallel channel in this case, it has been a good channel for the BTC, and the BTC, after being this at the support of the channel and the horizontal support, it is back again at the top level of the channel, and we are finally almost about to break it. So what I really expect and what I really want, or what I really want to trade, is that after the breakout the price may be back to 48k level. If it gives us almost this support zone or the mirror level, we can take our long. Let me show you how. So what we're going to do is, if it's we get a retrace to 48k level, it will be a good buy zone for the final breakout till the 50k first, and if we're gonna break this level also, then it will be the moon, or at least to the 55k as I expect right from here. So overall I will be looking entry that I will be get around 48k and 47.8k. If the BTC don't give me that entry, that, and then I will be entering on the breakout is this channel and maybe some retrace or not even the retrace. And if we consider the stop loss part, um, actually I will be playing it for the long term, that is the break of the 55k. So let's make the trade on the 4 hour time frame, and the stop loss will be below the last low, and with the take profit approximately breaking the resistance and ultimately reaching the 55k levels. We cannot make a stop loss, we cannot make a stop anywhere before this, because it's not going to be a good invalidation. The best invalidation would be the break below the 46k, and that will end up our trade. I consistently post the good analysis in the bull market on my Telegram channel, so please do subscribe to my Telegram channel, link in the description below. After considering this, let's look at the big picture on the weekly time frame. So if you look at the weekly chart, it has been super bullish since we have got a support level right here, and there is, it doesn't even consider about this level, about being rejection or showing some resistance. It clearly break through it on the weekly time frame, and now we are back at another resistance of 50k. So in my opinion, there must be a pullback of at least 20% either from the 50k level or the 55k level. So if we wanna make it, let's consider it from the 50k or 55k level, and 20% of that would be 43k. That is a support. And if you consider it from the 50k levels, that is right from here, the 20% would be the approximately 40k. That is another support. So in either way, we are going to have a pullback. Be prepared for that. If you are a long-term investor or thinking to hold the BTC long term, you should wait for this pullback. It will give you decent entry, at least better than the current price. So after the 5 big green candles, we may see a small red candle, and this may even lead to another red candle of the next week that will take us to a support level of 43k or the 40k, which will be a good buy zone for the long term holders. But as a trader, I have mentioned you the criteria to buy, and with all invalidations and the targets. So that's all for BTC. Now let's look at the Ethereum chart. Okay, this is the Ethereum daily chart, and as we can see, Ethereum is stuck in a range after being barely. Let me clear some chart. Okay, now if we look at the current chart, we can see the top of the range and the bottom of the range, and the price is being consolidating in between. This might be a small accumulation which will followed by the another continuation. So what I'm gonna expect from here is this accumulation, then followed by the continuation to the 4k and even beyond that in the upcoming weeks or the months. Because if we look at this price action, I think it has almost been 25 or 20 days since it has been accumulation in this zone, and it is a good accumulation after this rally of approximately 100%. I'm looking to trade the Ethereum. I would love to buy it at the 3000 levels and then holding it as a swing trade for the breakout of this range and ultimately to the 4000. So if we draw a trade, we're buying it around 3000 with a stop loss directly below it, that is approximately 2.850, and target at approximately 3900 to 4000 as per the condition at that moment. Or if Ethereum not gonna give us this and simply break out of this range, then I would prefer to buy at 3500 with holding it 3900 rather than buying right now, because right now it's almost at the top of the range, and after being top, there are chances if the BTC pull back for that 20% move, Ethereum is also gonna pull back for at least 20% or 10% no matter. So that means you don't have to buy it right now at such high prices. Either wait for the breakout of the range or either wait for the bottom of the range. Both will be good entry for you. That's all for Ethereum. Now we will look at some of the altcoins that are going to perform really well in upcoming weeks, and I will tell you the reason why they are going to perform better than the other altcoins. So the first altcoin is Solana. Uh, the thing about Solana is that it has already pumped approximately to 50% since it has bottomed around $20, and it's almost, I guess, 4 times from there. And if we look at the Sol BTC chart right from here, and if you look at it, after this breakout of the bear range. It has broken high, and now again after the pullback it is ready for the next leg up. And this is the reason that even when the Bitcoin was falling previous days, Solana was somewhat consistent at its levels, and now we can expect another leg up in the Solana. So it's a good news for the holders who are already holding. Maybe it's gonna cross the $100 in the upcoming days or the weeks for now. But what I really expect is that it is already a hyped coin, so it's good for investors to hold, but I don't recommend new entries into it at the current price because we don't have any clear-cut invalidation if BTC gonna pull back. So what would be the strategy for the new players is whenever the BTC is gonna pull back 20%, all the altcoins will follow. And in that scenario, you should be buying the three altcoins that I'm going to tell you. One is the Solana. Whenever BTC gonna pull back for the 20% move, you should be buying the Solana in that pullback. It might get a 30 or maybe even more retracement depending on that time condition. But Solana is the first coin you should be buying. Let's discuss the second coin. The second coin I am highly interested is the Allies, and the reason for that is it is almost hovering around its all-time high, and whenever an altcoin hover around its all-time high, it's gonna break too hard to handle even. If I even discuss the Solana with you regarding that, if you look at the Solana chart, when it was near its all-time high, that's around $50, it broken too hard from there. So Allies did not even rally even a single time like other altcoins. So I am quite optimistic about Allies from the technical point of view, and after the recent breakouts, I really believe that in the upcoming days it's worth entering, and it may even squeeze to $40 quite fast in 3 or 4 days with some big candles. So you can even buy the LIs at the current price action with the stop loss below the $15 and the upper limit. One is the $30 and one is the $40. The psychological levels, that would be a good trade for the allies. But if are you have less risk appetite, you should wait for that 20% Bitcoin pullback, and after that you can buy allies at the cheaper rates if you get there. Otherwise you can take this bet. This is quite a good risk to reward ratio trade to take. And the third coin I am highly interested is the BNB Binance coin, and the reason for that is that after this, you can say a range or an accumulation of approximately 90 days, that is 3 months. Now it has started breaking out of it, and even when the BTC was pulling back previous days, it has shown quite strength as compared to the BTC pullbacks. So when it is showing this trend, when BTC is pulling back, it is gonna pump hard when the BTC is gonna pump from here. And even if you look at the history of the BNB BTC chart, after this breakout, you can say that after this breakout it pumped hard, and you can consider even this. If you can, it would be better to start the log chart. This pump, and now we are waiting for this pump in the PNB. Okay, even before, if you look at this pump this pump right here, so we can expect a similar, even with bigger accumulation, because last accumulation when it pumped was around 40 days and now it's 90 days. So I really expect a better move, at least 100% move right here. Even BNB BTC is gonna pump at least 100%, and BNB would be doing at least 100% move from here, and that would take it to $1,000. Now let's look at the BNB USDT chart. If you look at the BNB BTC chart, it is currently hovering at the resistance, that is $500, and if it's gonna break it, I guess the next strong level that it have to break would be $600, because I really believe it was a deviation, simple a deviation, and once the $600 is break, I don't think it's gonna take huge time, 900 or $1,000. But just be cautious about the BTC pullback, because if BTC is gonna pull back from any moment, the 20% move, every altcoin gonna follow that, and in that case these analysis would be invalidated, and we will make fresh analysis then. So that's all for today. If you like the content, please do subscribe to support the crypto brains.